Okay, so let's get this party started. And thank you so much for joining me here today, you guys. I know we've got some more people that are going to be coming on. I just sent out the notice to it, but we've got some new people and even some more new today. So I'm pretty excited about what is happening with APLGO. And I'm Sherry Denny, your corporate director and mastermind team member. And I'm really, really happy to have you here because you guys get to hear things first most of the time. And this is one of those nights where that's going to happen. So I do want to do something first, though, and let's share some wins and brags. I know every now and then I get a text message, and I always keep those because I know you guys are up to some amazing things. But right off the get-go, I think it was last Tuesday, right after our meeting, Mr. Clee Miller had, he was one of two guest speakers at this awesome, incredible mass with a bunch of people on it. So Clee, I want you to go ahead and tell us what this is all about.
My friend in in Phoenix, Arizona area, he runs a very large networking group, and it covers the whole Phoenix and Scottsdale area all the way down to Chandler, and Glendale, I believe, too. But he puts on dinners, he puts on breakfasts, he puts on vendor events, he's been doing this for 11 years. So and so every Tuesday night I get on the one that he does then, and then he asks me at the last minute to be a speaker. So I got on there and I did the whole spiel about the drops and everything. And he said he liked it, so he was happy with it. And so more people got to hear about it. So that's pretty cool. I also he does like on Saturday, he'll do an interview with somebody, and then he'll post it on Facebook. So I've done that a couple times as well. So it's pretty neat. So I used to live in Arizona, so that's how I heard about it. And then I think there's one other person, Deborah, that we met in Cancun. That she is
Pringle, yeah,
Debbie Pringles. She comes on there once in a while as well. So that's what's cool about it is more than one person in the industry can participate. And so it's pretty cool. He's a really, really neat guy. So if you ever want to get on there, you're always welcome. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you want to talk to people from Arizona or that area of Phoenix, then you're welcome to join it on Tuesday nights.
So I see that people actually have their names up there and their phone number. That's unusual in a network.
He has he does that, and he also has people put their information in the chat on the Zoom, and then people save it, or he'll save it and send it out to people.
Wow.
Then you have an option for $40 a month. You become a VIP member. So you get special perks for doing that as well. So I thought that was worthwhile.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting. I know that getting the word out is what it's all about right now, especially now that we have all of the ups and downs that we've been going through, getting the country started in the United States here for the last 2.5 years. It's going to be smooth sailing now, you guys. I'm so excited. And because of that, there's some pretty humongous leaders coming in now too. So Clee, thank you so much for that. And another person I think you all know, I don't know, her name's Sherry, I went to Bush's Bunches in Palmer this last weekend, just Saturday, just for a couple hours, because we also did community cleanup that same day. But at both places, I was able to get some information out. And Bush's Bunches, they had a tasting of all the new products that they have in there. And oh my gosh, have you guys ever heard of kale salsa? No, kale, not kale. It wasn't kale. It was it was kelp, the like sea whips that you get out of the ocean, the kelp made into salsa. That was interesting, and it tasted really great. So I was able to be outside at the front door, and they had like 3 or 4 different tasting places inside. It's a pretty small farmer's market. But what was cool about being where I was the fact that everybody going in the door had to pass by me first. So of course I had the sign out there that said, free sample, ask for your free sample. And people were coming by and, they're just kind of looking a little bit, and then they go in. And of course I would go in as well and just kind of look around. And I started noticing, because the wind was up and it was real dusty outside, that people were sniffing their noses, like, and having a hard time breathing. And so this one lady, I said, I just happen to have a drop for that. Do you want to try that while you're here? Wow, that was like a bucket of gold. I'm not kidding you. As soon as she tried it, in like 5 minutes, that was about 15 minutes later, she comes back out and she goes, man, I don't know what that was, but do you have any more? And I said, absolutely. So she started telling everybody inside, and it seems like everybody was getting congested by the dust that was in the air, or pollen or whatever. But that was a great event. I really only talked to about 20 people, but got 4 new customers from it. So that was pretty interesting. So does anybody else have anything that they want to share? I don't want to just take up the whole time. I mean, Clee's always got something going on. I'm making something happen every week. Anybody else? Daniel, John, Randy, Kelly, Joe, George? Okay, so then I think what I'm going to ask, or just let you guys know about, we're still looking for these. In fact, I sent out, I think 10 of these today, are the testimonials. We're still looking for anybody that wants to share and send these over to us. We'll put them in a testimonial thing like this, and they are, I can click on this and it's a video that you can actually listen to. It's a voice message. And whoops, I went one too far. We just want to be able to put anybody else that has one of those. It can be a different testimony about anything. If you have something that's already on the Facebook page, don't hesitate putting it in here as well, because people are really starting to like these videos. It just looks good for them, and they get to hear it from somebody else. So bring yours, send it to me if you can. So current news and promotions. You guys are going to hear this first from here. Nobody else has it out there yet. In fact, we're talking about it on tomorrow morning's corporate director call, but I already got the scoop, and I'm wondering if that is, but first, let's do this first. Show us your sample packs, and you could actually win some prizes for this, you guys. How you place your samples into a bag or an envelope, do you add a brochure? Do you put a data card in with it? However it is that you do that, I have the sample pack itself, and I stick our brochure in there with the science brochure, and there's even a card on Happy and Air that, I've made that you guys can use as well. And then I stick a little baggie of other products inside of that. And if it's somebody that I'm talking to, a skincare as well, I slap that in there with it too. And I went ahead and just did something extra special and got some really cute bags that are the color of our beauty. And I stick everything in that and hand it to them, so it looks really professional. And they like that, they're more apt to keep it together, go home and look at it. But anyway, we want to see how you are doing it. And go to our Facebook page and find that post that Tina did on, it looks just like this, show us your sample packs. Excuse me, I had to take a drink of water. And post how you're doing it below that. Now, if you're not on Facebook, then what you can do is put it in an email and send it to, maybe one of you can put this in the chat there, tinamalsam@yahoo.com. And be sure you add pictures with that, because pictures are worth a million words, right? Is that how that goes? The next thing I want to talk about is, let me see if I hope I didn't miss a thing here. You want to say it, right, you guys? you want to say it. I earned a cruise in Dubai, Unity of Leaders 2023. Who wants to say that? I know you want to say it. I know you want to do it. Well, it's not too late. So Tina this morning asked me really quickly, she said, can you put together a little flyer? And I was really happy that she asked me to do that, because usually there's somebody else doing it, but I just happened to be in Canva and I said, yeah, give me a couple minutes, slap this thing together. And you'll be seeing this tomorrow and every day after, when somebody that is earning the cruise, this phase 2, you'll be seeing this and just have their name with it. So anyway, don't think it's too late, you guys, and here's why. The mastermind group is working on a plan to see if anybody that has already accomplished phase 1 in the last round, because there were like 4 or 5 of them on our team, excuse me, and they're going to make a plan to where that phase 1 is done, and they may only have to get the points, or they may only have to do, I hope they don't have to do any more in the money part of it. That's just sounds ridiculous to me and to everybody else in the mastermind group as well. But Sergi has to okay the plan. And because it is going out of Dubai, I've looked all the cruises up that are in Dubai, and they're the same price. I mean, price-wise is everything else that we've been doing. But I know it's going to be a really extravagant one, because he's also going to be having the 12th anniversary on there as well. So here's the new enrollments and upgrades and points on this slide right here. And then here is, I believe, yeah, a list of people that have already finished phase 1, part 1. The nice, wonderful Diane Lucas, the wife of Dr. Bobby Lucas, Randy Lucas, and Dr. Bobby Lucas and Christy Short have already finished phase 1, part 1, and they would be added into that group of people that hopefully get this special plan that they can earn the cruise. What we're trying to do, y'all, is get 150 more people on the cruise, because here's what's going to happen. I think that on the last slideshow that we saw with Sergi, there were 139, were there 150 people coming from Ukraine, Russia, Moldova, and they all speak Russian. But if we outnumber them, then we get to have them wearing the headsets and they are listening to English translation, and instead of us getting the translation from Russian. So this is going to be pretty interesting, you guys. That is one reason to do it, but the other reason is, it's just kind of a fun thing. But the other reason is, the reality is, if you guys haven't been on anything where Sergi's been in an event type, you're missing out. I know Klee has been there, and I mean, if you thought Cancun was cool, you ain't seen nothing yet. The way he throws a party is just unbelievable. And you do have relaxation time. But I'll tell you what, when it is power time, that guy is non-stop. And it's just the energy to be around him. I wish I was 35 again myself. I don't know if I'd have that much energy. But he really throws a great time of learning and skills and mindset and recognition for everybody. So here's what's happening, you guys. You're hearing it here first. Starts tomorrow. Nobody else knows this yet, okay? It starts tomorrow. New diamond enrollments and diamond status upgrades. And I know there's some people that had just started and they're thinking about it. This is the time to do it. VIP diamond enrollments, you're going to get, well, they achieve diamond status and it's 100% free product. And and if you're registering people and having them sign up with that and they get that free product, you're actually earning yourself to the cruise as well. So wow, my screen just went completely away. Hold on just a second here. There it is. I don't know what happened there. So this is starting tomorrow and it's going all the way through May 30th. And if you guys need help on this, please, please call me. 3-way calls are the way to make this happen. And I was so, it was nice to hear from Jeremiah last night, Daniel, I think Danielson, I think that was his name, to see it in how to present in somebody else's perspective. He was so calm about it. He said all the things that we've been saying previously without throwing in a bunch of facts and figures and asking why. Why is it that you think this would work for the person that you're talking to? That's so important. And anyway, I hope that helps get you going a little bit more and get some diamonds going. It takes 2 diamonds and a 600 pack to earn that cruise, and then the 1,000 extra over PV. Anyway, so here's a little bit of self-development to work on for you. Here's the training part of this. Here's a task for you to think about. Now, I hope I got this right, because I saw this or heard it. I can't remember if it was on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook Reels, whatever it was on today. I was just running through some stuff and you know, saying happy birthday to Pamela Zimmer and just making things were everything that I needed to see and get done. I go through all these things. So, but I saw this, and I'm pretty darn sure when I was listening to this, it was somebody we all know, and I'm going to show that to you on the next page there. But here's a task to think about. Write down what you want most in life. What is it you want? Like right now, I'd really like to be building my own house. I mean, like right now. So write 20 reasons why you want this so badly, 20 of them. Your first 3 to 5 are going to be rather easy. And I did that. I was like, yeah, that was pretty easy. I know exactly why I want it. The next 6 to 10 are going to be a little bit harder. Okay, I'm on like number 9, and 10's like getting harder. 11 through 15 are going to be even harder. Yes, they are. 16 through 20, you might find extremely hard to think of, really, because I haven't even hit 20 yet. And it's really hard to think of, but I'm excited to get there, because when you hit 20 will blow your mind. It will be the answer that puts you into action, by our wonderful Jim Rohn. I mean, I know you guys, a lot of you probably listened to him. He's done some amazing mindset work in the past, and you know, he's no longer with us, but there's so many greats that are no longer with us that have these great things. But think about that, you guys. Number 20 will blow your mind and put you into action to get it done. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so some other things that we worked on last week, and thanks to you guys, we finished it, and there was some, these additions were put on there. Cutesy cutesy. I like this. Instead of it saying, I can't even remember what it said on there, high-tech health, if both were nutritionally meant the same, you know, whatever it was, and people were still asking questions. What about this? Poor absorption, low nutritional value here versus 99% absorbability, superior nutrients here. Which would you choose? That makes so much more sense. I've showed it to a couple of people and like, oh, wow, they're going with this now. Some people already ordered the ones from before, and now they're ordering these ones here. So this is what the front, back, and inside flap are going to look like. And then the inside of it tells all about each one individually, and you can have these printed. In fact, I might print 500 of them without, you guys give me a consensus on this one, without the pricing on it. A lot of people have asked for it. I know I won't have that at a retail place or at a vitamin shop or at the doctor's offices. They want that cleared off of there. So there's a professional one for doctors and that healthcare profession, and then just the ones that you want to hand out at events. So give me some feedback on that. And the last thing is the communications portal. Excuse me. We're still working with this. I don't know if it's being pushed yet as any more than it was last week. I know Ruth is doing a lot of work on that. I even had another gal register with it yesterday. But when you have gotten the link to register, go in there and make sure that you fill out your account information, or it won't even show that you're there. I cannot tell that you're there, so we can start working with it. And we will be talking about this again on our mastermind group on Wednesday, and possibly again tomorrow on our corporate directors call, but definitely on our mastermind, and see where we're going to go with this, because I know there's a lot to do with it. And I know some new features have been turned on, and that's really cool for you guys. So let me see if there's anything else. Oh my gosh, that was like done in 28 minutes. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and we can talk about some other things if you guys like. Thank you so much.